Hey everybody, what is up? Well, you might be wondering why I'm in another Minecraft world. Well, I've decided that I want to embark on an arduous task, a quest if you will, of playing hard mode. In what pack, you might ask? Well, it might be called Nomifactory. You can probably see that in the title. However, this is involving a different version of GregTech. What's the word? Lovingly known as GTCeu. I believe that's Community Edition, and I'm not sure what the U stands for. So what does that mean for us? What does that mean for this Let's Play, you might ask? Well, quite simply, there are a lot of tweaks in hard mode. More so in hard mode than... Oh, goodness. You know what? Let me change that real quick. Oh, where's the daytime? Where's the daytime? There it is. So, yes, changes. What are those, you might ask? Well, if I can get my stupid notepad open. Here we go. So, in this version of Nomifactory, GTCeu, GregTech is different. There's an overhaul of the basic circuit progression for one thing. There are also multi-block machines, multi-block machine versions of other singular machines, such as, you know what? Let me do it this way. Gregicality. Okay, so there's this mod called Gregicality, right? And it has all these machines here. Well, if we were to go over and look at some of these, like this, a large centrifuge unit. So this is like a multi-block, right? And you can see it's a big old multi-block. Now, what is this used for? Well, it looks like it would be centrifuging, right? As the name suggests. Or a press. What would that... Oh, so this, I think, handles resources... Okay, forming press. So it handles all sorts of recipes here, right? And I'm sure I'll find out more about these machines as I get into it. So there's that. There's also multi-block machines for like the blast furnaces, the vacuum freezers, all those. Which reminds me, there's this little machine here called the Rotary Hearth furnace, which I am assuming is basically the blast furnace machine that I spoke of earlier. In fact, you can see in the tooltip, it mentions Mega Blast Furnace. Well, why is this one so special, you might ask? Well, if I come into here, we can see we have this old big old bad boy. That looks like a time and a half to build. And looking at all of these machines here, it's going to require UV for one thing. So that'll be fun. And neutronium too. So this is going to be in game. So that is something I'm kind of excited to get into. I'm looking at my notes here. It also mentions there's no more stupid amp system. Different ore stone types don't clog up your inventory. Lots of unpleasant CE-ness. I'm assuming that means a community edition in regards to GregTech. Super performant emissive effects on machines, coil blocks, the fusion reactor, and more. So what that means is when we have our machines built, the multi-blocks, there's going to be glowing particles coming from it. And we'll get to more on that as we get there. And some of the other big notes here. With hard mode, there's no DML. That means no numismatic dynamo spam, which means we're going to have to deal with working on steam, then petrochemicals, then fusion. That's going to be our progression as far as I've heard. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I've, again, heard. We also have another big thing, stabilized microminers, right? So we have 8, 5, all those miners, right? So these miners are infinitely usable. However, that also means they're gated by Hearts of the Universe. But you can see there's also the regular miners here too. We can still make the micro miners, but it's a little bit more expensive here and there. Nothing too bad, I'm sure. But as I'm saying here, these can be used in-game to be sent infinitely, right? And there's also, it looks like there's an extra miner here, 4.5, which, well, it looks like it's responsible for this matter here. And that matter is then sent into a machine called an actualization or actualization chamber, which is how we get a lot of materials. It's kind of like DML, but a lot more expensive. There are also no omnicoins. So we're gonna have to do a lot of mining, which I'll probably be doing off camera. And of course, with hard mode becomes harder recipes. Just to kind of show you what I'm talking about, I kind of did start a world before, and I am doing a world on the offside, a normal world. But I figured, why not do a hard mode world and have you guys watch me suffer? Right, so the wrought iron ingot. This is basically our bread and butter early game, right? This is how we make a lot of things. Well, you'll see, let's see, where is it? To make wrought iron, we have to go and make an ingot, right? Iron ingot, wrought iron ingot, and from there we make 9, bada boom. We can no longer just smelt iron into wrought iron. So that's going to be fun. I think lastly, I'll leave off with the fact that we will not have creative tank. There is a creative tank here, but it's not usable, right? So we have no creative fluids. Essentially, stabilized microminers are going to be how we get through a lot of the end game. I think that's what I've heard. There's a lot that I don't know. So I welcome you all to come along with me on this crazy ride. Help me learn some things as I bang my head against the wall. So if this is something you guys want to see me do, just let me know down in the comments below. And I'm just going to turn... Oh, that's already on there. Okay. So yeah, let me know. And, well, I will hear from you all soon. Thank you for dropping by. See you next time.